if you have log 1000 to base 10, and let's say this happens to be 3, what logarithm is telling you is that 10 must be raised to the power of 3 to get 1000. So logarithm tells you the power to which the base must be raised in order to get the number. That's what logarithm tells you. Now we're going to talk about laws governing this kind of mathematical operation. The first law is if you have log of a number m to a base m, the answer is 1. For example, if I have log 10 to base 10, I'm going to get 1. The second law is if I have log 1 to base m, this will give me 0. So as long as m is not 1, it's not 0, it means you are going to get 0. E.g., if I have log 1 to base 2, this is going to give me 0. The third law is if I have log of m to base b and I say this is equal to x, you can express this as b raised to the power of x is equal to m. For example, if I have log 8 to base 2 is equal to 3, I can say that 8 2 raised to the power 3 is equal to 8. So that's what this law states. The fourth law is if I have log m raised to the power p to base b, I can write this as p log m to base b. In other words, I can just take the power of the number to the back. So for example, if I have log 8 to base 2, I can simply write as log 2 raised to the power 3 to base 2, and then I can bring down this 3 and it becomes this. And eventually 2 to base 2 we give 1, so eventually we have 3. The fifth law is as follows. If I have log m to base b raised to the power p, so this time around the base is carrying the power, the result is 1 over p. You will invert the power, then you say log m to base p. So how do you, for example, if I have something like log 2 to base 4, I can write as log 2 to base 2 raised to the power 2, and then this can be written as 1 over 2. You bring this here, right? But you invert it, then you have log 2 to base 2, that gives you 1 over 2. So let's look at the sixth law. Law 6. If I have log m to base b plus log n to base b, it can be written as log m times n to base b. For example, if you have log 0.5 to base 5 plus log of 50 to base 5, you can simply express it as log 0.5 times 50 to base 5, and that will give log 25 to base 5. You can simplify further as follows: log 5 raised to the power 2 to base 5, and you can bring down this 2 to give you log 5 to base 5, and that's 2. So let's go to law 7. Law 7 is if you have log n to base b minus log n to base b, you can express it as log m divided by n to base b. For example, if I have log 200 to base 10 minus log 2 to base 10, this can be written as log 200 divided by 2 to base 10, and that will give log 100 to base 10, and log 100 to base 10 you can write as log 10 raised to the power 2 to base 10, and eventually you have 2 log 10 to base 10, and that gives you 2. Now we'll talk about the last law, which is law 8. Law 8 has to do with change of base. If you have log m to base a and you wish to change the base to base b, you can write it as log m to base a, which is equal to log m to base b divided by log a to base b. You simply take this here and you take this here, and the base becomes base b. For example, if you have log 2 to base 5 and you intend to change this to base 3, you can write it as log 2 to base 3 divided by log 5 to base 3. So these are the 8 laws of logarithm.